The Big East Men's Soccer Championship game is driven by Jeep. A picture-perfect day in our nation's capital as two teams riding momentum will be playing for the title. It is the two-seeded Georgetown Hoyas welcoming in the underdogs, the four-seeded Marquette Golden Eagles here at Shaw Field. Happy Championship Sunday, everybody. Alongside former ACC Freshman of the Year, Jamie Watson, I'm John Fanta. And Jamie, we've got two teams that are red hot heading into a title tilt that should be fantastic.
You're right, John, and two teams that took two very different paths to get here. Georgetown, very comfortable in their semifinal win here, but also for Marquette, well, they took the road a lot less traveled, two penalty shootouts to get here. Their team is battle-tested, tournament-tested right now, and they've earned their place in this final.
The Providence Friars have one of the best defenses in Big East soccer, and Georgetown rolled through with 4 goals.
Well, they made it look easy, to be quite honest, John. They got the start they needed early, a goal early in the 30th minute, and it continued from there. In the 59th minute, through Riley Strassner, they made it 2-0, and then Ethan Lochner gets a goal in the 80th minute, and then 33 seconds later, that's the goal that ices it right there. It makes it 4-0, an emphatic win, a statement win in the semifinal.
Meanwhile, Marquette had to rally at Morrison Stadium nonetheless.
One of the hardest places to play in the entire Big East. They go down 1-0. Well, of course, Luca Purpa's there to answer. 2 minutes later, he gives them the goal that equalizes right away, and then from there, you could just sense the confidence building amongst Marquette, and it made it all the way to this epic shootout final.
It makes for a magical showdown, as here it is, the Golden Eagles advancing to their first Big East championship game since 2013. And these two coaches, Brian Weiss and Louis Bennett, have led the programs back to the championship game. Hoyas looking to repeat. Golden Eagles in their first title game appearance in 5 years. But let's turn to Georgetown. What do you see out of Brian Weiss's starting 11?
Well, he doesn't make any changes to the starting lineup. That one against Providence, for me, it starts up top. You'll hear these names a lot. Derek Dotson and Achara, those two lead the line, but then look at Dylan Nealis in the back. He will do a good job of anchoring this defense. The Big East Defender of the Year will have a big task today against Luca Purpa. That'll be a big matchup I'll be watching.
And the Golden Eagles have the Big East Goalkeeper of the Year in Luis Barraza, part of the 4-2-3-1.
Well, Barraza's been fantastic over the season. He's made the saves constantly needed to get his team points, to get him to this point. He's been fantastic in the shootout. Look for him to have a big game. And then up top, Luca Purpa. We have him listed as a forward here. John, he can do both. He can play in the forward position. He can drop into the midfield, create an overload, find some space. He's very dynamic. He is who all things lead through in the attack for Marquette. If they want to win, he needs to have a big game.
Let's welcome in the third member of our crew, Megan Caffrey.
Thanks, John.
Header is in. Hoyas strike first. Brendan McDonough.
And just look what it means to the Hoyas. A fantastic ball in from Zayat. McDonough rises up above. The senior, playing in the third Big East final of his career, gives his team the start they could only dream of. What a finish. Towering header, gets up and above, his first goal of the season, and you couldn't ask for a better time. Just over 10 minutes into the Big East final here at home at Shaw Field. That's exactly what we talked about in the pregame. Your seniors who have been here, it was the key to the game, his third Big East final, and none other than Brendan McDonough gets above on a corner. A wonderful set piece from Zayat makes it 1-0.
Brian Weiss has said Brendan McDonough is the key to the wall. That 4-man back line for the Hoyas. How fitting is it that the senior at this time comes up big on the offensive end?
And especially...
doubles the lead. The 7th goal for Achara, and the Hoyas get the cushion they've been looking for.
He sends Shaw Field into a frenzy. Wonderful ball through by Montez, and it's lucky, it's opportunistic as it takes a bounce off boom. Chara calmly decides to open his hips, pass it into the corner. He doesn't take a second touch, makes no mistake about it. Barraza can do nothing more to that. Achara realizes just what it means to give his team the 2-0 lead just under 20 minutes. It's opportunistic. It's wonderful timing of Achara to be in the right spot, make the right decision, doesn't go for power, goes for placement, his 7th goal of the season. It's a standing ovation for the fans as he leaves the field now, gets a vote of confidence from Brian Weiss.
It's a double dose of Hoyas in Big East men's soccer. Georgetown repeats as the BE football tournament champions.
And that's the end of the game. The final score of today's game is Georgetown 2, Marquette 0. Congratulations to the Hoyas for winning the Big East championship and allowing their qualifying to the NCAA Division I